Hey guys, I'm going to do two videos today. So the first one's going to be about feet. So if you have your tennis ball, get your tennis ball. If not, that's okay. Keep going. Okay, so I'm going to start with my tennis ball, trying to keep it short. If you have it, I'm going to put it between my heels. This is just a refresher. Putting it between my heels, okay? My feet are parallel. And all we're going to do is a bunch of rises, straight leg rises, going up and down, and up and down. Because dance, we need strong feet, yes? And strong ankles, and strong calves, everything. So that's all you do. A whole lot of these, squeezing the tennis ball between your heels, okay? Lots of these every day. And if you can, do it twice a day, okay? You can also bend, lift the heels, and then straighten, because when you do that, it gives you a little bit more of a stretch through the arch and works into the toes, stretching the toes a little bit more as well. And coming down, you can go straight up, bend, lower, or you can go bend up and go straight down, okay? Whatever you do, make sure you're doing them nice and slow, okay? We're not going fast up and down. We go up nice and controlled and lowering. Yes, all 10 toes on the floor. Okay, so the next thing is, I don't recall if we talked about this, but massaging the knuckles, using your tennis ball if you have, or if not, using your finger, and get in there and massage the knuckles, massaging the toes. If we did talk about this, this is a reminder to do it, okay? Each one, I'm not going to do it because these videos have to be short in order to send them. If they're too long, it's a pain to send them, yes? So we stretch the toes and massage each toe, doming, very important. Gripping, keeping the toes long and not crunching under, and releasing. Scrunching the floor and releasing. Scrunching the floor, releasing many, 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 many times, both feet. Okay, we're trying to be strong for those point shoes. Gripping and releasing, gripping and releasing, gripping and releasing, okay? The piano playing, all of that piano playing with our toes also. The toes swapping, the big toe in the floor, the little toes up, and then we switch. Big toe up, little toes down, swapping, yes? Swapping, okay? Our pointing and flexing, just sitting tall and reaching through those long toes, keeping the front of the ankles stretched. You can do little toe sit-ups, is what I call them, toe sit-ups. Just flexing and pointing the toes, and then coming back to flex the whole foot. And then doing it again, pointing, flexing and pointing through the toes, keeping the foot long, and then coming back. Our ankle circles. I like to do both my feet in the same direction because it's a challenge for our brain for some of us. It gets both sides of our brain doing the same thing, and reverse. Ankle circles, good, shaking it out. Okay, so a little bit of turnout. I think I have maybe a minute more for this video. A little bit of turnout. We start like we do with our little kids, sitting up very tall with feet flexed, opening our windows to first and closing. This is called practicing our turnout of our hips for when we're standing. Yes, because that's a big one with you guys. Turning it out and bringing it back. Turning it out and bringing it back, staying lifted up through our waist and back. Just doing this lots and lots of times to get that muscle memory. Yes, that's what we're working on, muscle memory. What turnout feels like. We want to know what it feels like all the way into our hip, as well as the feet, the knees, and the upper body. We have to stay really tall. If we're scrunched down, we can't turn out as good, okay? So we want to be really tall. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video, yes? Lots of rises with the ball squeezed to add some intensity in there if you have the tennis ball. If not, you could squeeze anything. You could even use a pillow if you want just something to make sure those inner thighs are working efficiently, okay? So I'm gonna stop this video. Let me see. Yes, 5 minutes, perfect. And go on to the next one, thanks. Okay, so here's our second one, continuing on where I left off in the last one with turnout. Okay. So I'm gonna come back. I know I did, one of the first videos I did was with the legs up and the feet flexed, and we're turned out and back. Same thing as what I just did when we were on the floor, turning it out and turning it in. And I did it also with feet pointed, rotating out and back, out and back. I want to make sure you're practicing that, okay? So let me flex the feet. We're going to come back to this, rotate it out, and with it rotated out, we're going to bend the knees like it's a demi-plie and press. And bend and press, rotate, open, bend and press, parallel. So you do those multiple times, and then you do it, you can add the feet pointed. You can rotate out, bend, up and back, point, rotate, back, flex, open. You can mix it up however you'd like. As long as you're practicing that turnout all the way up into your hip. Yes? Okay, so the next one is one leg at a time. Okay, instead of both legs, we do one leg. So we have our left foot on the floor. My right leg is going to be up. I'm going to flex. And it's the same thing, rotating out, pointing, flexing, rotating in. You can do it pointed, rotate, flex, point, rotate. It's just doing one leg at a time, okay, instead of both legs, rotating with flexed or pointed or mixing it up. Yes, mixing it up as long as we're practicing that rotation in our hips. Okay, so the next one I want to just keep re-emphasizing to you guys is for our extensions, our back. I got my toilet paper rolls. Okay, I think we did this one. My legs are together behind me, my rolls are in the front. Our little Supermans. Okay, we press down into the toilet paper to come up as high as we can for really nice straight arms, extensions through our back for arabesque, that kind of thing. And then we roll back down, keeping the legs together, and we roll it up, pushing down with our hands and rolling down. Again, this is about muscle memory. Rolling up, doing things correctly and nicely with proper technique, and rolling down. You do those lots and lots of times a day, lots of times per day, okay? So you can get really strong when we come back. Let's see, what else? I think I showed you this one also with the paper towel, but it's good to tell you. And it's again for turnout. I have my legs on the paper towel roll. They're parallel. I'm going to pull them in, okay? And I'm going to open my knees out, turned out. I want my heels lifted as much as possible. And when I open my knees out, I might want to crunch down like this because it's hard. Stay lifting even taller as you then extend it out and bring it back to parallel, okay? So we want to be tall. Maybe sitting on a cushion might help. Bring it in, open it out, lifting taller, extend it, and bring it back to parallel, okay? So those are all things we need to keep doing every week, okay? Every week, do those every day. And so I just wanted to re-emphasize those same ones because those are some really key exercises to be doing. Okay, so let me check the time. 4:29, that's perfect. That way the video will send easily for you guys, and I'm sending you 2 this week, okay? So we'll see you next week. Bye.